Sergey
Yes.
from Izhevskiy Radio Factory, also known as IRZ.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Tell me about the company.
We are a very great company, with a production company in Russia. We situated, as you mentioned, in Izhevsk. It is a city in the center of Russia. It's well known as the birthplace of Kalashnikov machine gun. So now our neighbors are producing the machine guns Kalashnikov, and we are responsible for producing different instruments for huge variety of directions. So we are producing the docking system for spacecrafts, onboard computers. We are producing the for oil field the telemetry systems for downhauling, for gathering the oil from the downhole and so on. And one of our directions is producing the safety system, control system for railways. We equipped a lot of locomotives already in Russia for our safety system, for with our telecommunication system, on-board telecommunication system. It is the repeater, the base stations for the radios. Now they are working in digital mobile radio standard to the mainstream in the Russian railway building, so the telecommunication for railways. And also we have a direction of producing the telecommunication system for organizing the cost-effective coverage of LTE, UMTS, 3G, GSM, GSMR standards for covering long distances, for covering roads, for covering rural areas. So these territories where the existing mobile operators don't understand that they have business because of the expensive cost of the traditional base stations. So we did a full cycle. Our factory had a full cycle of production, starting with buying the components, producing the PCBs, mounting the components on the PCBs, doing the mechanics, and financial testing for the ready-made product, and sell it and ship it abroad or in Russia or anywhere you want.
Okay, so you're looking at new markets and introducing the company to new markets, and you're here in Africa. What is the positioning of the company?
Now we are one of the leading equipment production company in Russia. We have a huge business in Russia. We have a great customers, and have a serious position in the market. And I'm as a business development director. We are looking now for the new markets, for our civil equipment, such as railways, such as telecommunication equipment, such as navigation equipment, and that's why we are here. We see that African market is the emergency market, and that's why we understand that we can find the customers here, and we have a booth on this exhibition, Africa Rail, and hoping that we will find this market here for us.
Typically, what is like the best case client for you? So if we had to take an operator, what would their challenge be that you'd be able to solve?
It depends on the product. If we are speaking for the railways, it is a company who can do the integration business for the railway customer, or the rolling stock production companies who can place our equipment inside the locomotives, or the infrastructure building companies, or something like that. If to speak about the telecommunication equipment for the covering along the railways, it is of course mobile operator. So to cover the rail, you should have a core network, existing infrastructure, which can be base for our equipment. That's why it is mobile operators who can increase their business in the railways, so on. So mobile operators and the rolling stock company business building of rolling stock and locomotives. It is our clients.
What equipment do you have on display here at Africa Race?
Oh, we have a huge amount of equipment here presented because it's very far from our facility, but I think next year we should do this. Now we have a frequency shifting repeater as a part of our telecommunication system called radios, and we have a logo that spread the radios and organize the coverage, like radios of coverage. Yes. So it helps you to retransmit the signal from the existing base station and increase its coverage up to 4 or 5 times to cover the long distances, rurals, with a cost-effective coverage, with a saving costs for capex and saving costs for OPEX. So it is a real unit that we are producing now for this purpose.